With Elon Musk reportedly set to leave his federal government job soon, we're looking at the impacts of DOGE's funding cuts for the state of Texas.
Jeremy Portnoy from OpenTheBooks.com joins us now with more. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning. How are you?
We're great. Thank you so much for being with us. Jeremy, what DOGE cuts has Texas seen so far?
Yeah, we've been reviewing these cuts all across the country as part of a larger project. But we've noticed so far in Texas, the largest cuts were to the state's Department of Agriculture, right? Lost just over $100 million to help local governments buy food from underserved communities and to support tribal governments. Then $25 million cut from Texas A&M. The biggest cuts there for overseas assistance and to help underrepresented groups get jobs in cybersecurity. Then $44 million cut from the University of Texas system. That, a lot of it's redacted, but we know there's cuts to a program meant to fight human trafficking. $3 million there cut from a program that taught teachers to combine math education with equity and social emotional learning. $1 million in cuts to the government of Houston. Lots of cuts to nonprofits in the area. It adds up to a lot of money.
Jeremy, we know there's been a lot of attention in the media about DOGE making mistakes in its data or editing numbers. In the research you've done, do we know if these numbers are accurate?
So there's two problems we've noticed in the data set. Number one, a lot of the contracts and grants there just don't list any savings, so we can't put a dollar figure on it. We're unsure where that's coming from. Another thing is that a lot of the grants and contracts can't be verified with any information that's publicly out there. All the grants link to usaspending.gov. That's the website that tracks all federal spending for the public. But we found 14 grants to Texas that DOGE says they cut and are worth X amount of money. That number doesn't match what's on usaspending.gov. So there might be DOGE's mistake, might be USA Spending's mistake, maybe there's some information that isn't publicly available that DOGE is basing their numbers on, but there's no way for us to actually fact check it and make sure it's accurate. So that's definitely an issue for transparency that we're hoping DOGE is going to correct.
So we just talked about all the cuts being made, but how much new money is being sent to the universities?
Yeah, well, if you remember earlier this year, we talked about how the University of Texas got $3.5 billion last year in grants and contracts. That was the most ever in 1 year. Now we found that this January, before Biden left office, he awarded another $300 million to the University of Texas. Now, while Trump has been in office, they've gotten about $316 million. So definitely a big drop-off, right? It's about the same amount in 3 weeks under Biden as it has been so far in 3.5 months under Trump, on top of all the other cuts they're getting. So that funding is definitely dropping.
Well, I bet this is not the last time we're going to be talking about this. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You can find all of his reports at OpenTheBooks.com.